Hello everybody and welcome back to another college football video. Today we put a 99 overall wide receiver on the worst team in college football. And to get a control for this experiment, we put the Akron Zips through their normal season. And at week 7 they were 2-4. Not a great start to the season. And we are actually going to sim all the way to the end. And they are 4-8, which will be the control for this experiment. For this experiment, we did end up making a wide receiver instead of a cornerback or a running back, because I thought that'd be a little too easy. And we're going to see if we can get just a 99 overall wide receiver to change this roster into making it a national bound team. We put him on a sort of deep wide receiver depth chart, but he's obviously going to be the best on it. First play of the entire year, he breaks for about 70-yard touchdown. We added it to a red-shirted freshman named Fletcher. We are going to see for the first down here, and we are just throwing him into some crazy plays off the start. He already had player spotlight after the first half, and heading into the second here, he's already given us a great start against UNLV. Trying to find our man, and we're just slinging him deep. The problem, though, is the whole team cannot be ran for just him. Looking downfield now, but it's going to be in this game as he's sent for another 60-yard touchdown, and that's going to give Akron Zips the 14-0 win in their first game. Now going against the Wake Forest Deacon Demons, one of my favorite names in college football. We are going to give him a little go-ahead, but he's not going to get it. Now, searching for the first down, he will pick it up, and we are still using this guy a lot, but sometimes you can't use them all as we break for a long run. And I'm going to be honest, I was not paying too much attention. Thought we had the touchdown, kind of ran out of bounds. But it is going to set up Fletcher for another touchdown, giving him 3 touchdowns on the season. And we're only in the start of game 2. Now, with Wake Forest taking so long, we're already in the 4th quarter. Trying to look downfield. Going to pick up a first down just barely. Going to try to look for a deep play here. Do we have him? Yes, we will, as he's down to the red zone. He's able to just make these explosive plays and help out this Akron offense so well. Now finding the 85 overall wide receiver down the field will give Akron their second win against Wake Forest. But he's still going to get the player spotlight for 2 games in a row. Now going against an FCS East team, this is one where we can pack the stats. But first of all, I don't really show kickoffs, but he was able to return 100-yard, he goes about 105-yard kickoff touchdown return. And I was very surprised by this. Gonna set Fletcher up here, though, as he's going to be able to just walk past this FCS school's defense and set us up for the 14-0. And now setting up, finding his man downfield, and he's just able to carve up this FCS defense. 4 seconds left now in the quarter. Looks, finds his man deep for the 21-0. He's able to just create this separation from the defense, and he doesn't need a lot to take it down. Looking, he's going to run it himself, getting down to, and he's going to get it. Setting up for the touchdown, and he's going to give the 30-0 win with a couple 2-point conversions. Now against Ball State, a rainy game. First play, down the field, somehow stays inbounds, and that is a touchdown to start this game. Akron Zips offense is just insane. There's no real way of stopping it. Anytime where it almost seems stopped, it is not. But sometimes I can't always look for this man, as even though he's 99 overall, you can't give it to the same guy every time. Defenses are quick to read that, but it's so easy to find that man. As he's going to create separation here, it's going to get knocked down though. I'm starting to get worried he's going to get injured before we get to the end of the season or playoffs, as we just keep sending him, and some of these passes get broken off really good. But he's going to bring in a touchdown here against Ball State, as that is a 14-0 win, as Ball State took a long time to try to get any offense of their own. Now, for probably the biggest game of the season so far, it's Akron, it's Minnesota. As a great start to the drive right here and the game. Got the stadium pulse at the Gophers Stadium, and not able to get a big play off yet, but will it come right here? Looking down the field, he's going to find his man, and we're about to the 27. Didn't get anything that drive. Now we're set up back at about our end zone. Stadium pulse is getting high. Looking, he's just going to run it himself. I was able to use this quarterback a lot for runs if I was not able to find Fletcher, but it looks like I'm finding Fletcher here. Down the field for about an 80-yard touchdown for the go-ahead in the game. This is our first look at the playoffs right here, but it's still a whiles away. And Minnesota took really long to try to score anything, just like the last game before, and that is going to be an Akron 7-0 win. Now against Miami of Ohio, we will open up with not a lot. This is an inner Ohio matchup, and we are about to midfield now. Looking, trying to find Fletcher, just going to run it. And to about the 20, as we are probably about in the red zone, but not going to find anything. Now setting up, and for a long run as the quarterback. Our quarterback's going to have a lot of rushing yards by now. Probably a pretty good stat tree with Fletcher too. And a little give me, and going to get a lot further than I thought. And we're setting up in the red zone now, trying to find Fletcher. We'll find him, and we are in for the touchdown. This Miami, Ohio team did not have anything on offense either, as Akron will pick up the 7-0 win. A lot of these games are very similar. We take a long time to score and do not leave the other team with a lot of time themselves, as these quick one-quarter games do not leave a lot of time. As a long pickup for Fletcher, he gets a lot of yards after carry and gets flipped at the end. Looking now, about to get sacked, but he's going to get it off in time. Fletcher down the field for a touchdown. Going to give the go-ahead in this game as well. Buffalo did have a field goal, though, that did give them an advantage, but we do get the ball back. We are up 7-3, could run the clock out, but we're trying to pack his stats for the Heisman run, trying to give him a decent shot at it. Now trying to find him again. He will pick it up, as that will be for the first down in the red zone now. Looking for him again, and he's going to be able to get it after the initial pickup for the touchdown, and going for the 2 points, going to give us the 15-3 win. Now going against a very good Toledo team, a chance to lose one here, but we're going to find him early and gets right about down to the 2. Now looking for our guy, and we're going to find him as he's making the diving catch. This Toledo team is good, and I do think we could end up seeing them later. But setting up now, we're 7-0 on them. And what a pickup, but it's not going to give us anything as the half will end. But getting the half at the start, he's made room, and he is in for the touchdown. It is a 14-0 Akron ball game. As I am actually going to be mistaken, we go for the 2-point conversion, and we're going to pick it up for a 15-0 lead. Now we're seeing some separation again. This Toledo corner is just being burnt as he gets stiff-armed to the ground. He was not able to make the tackle, and that was another Akron touchdown. Now going for the 2-point yet again. Finds our man, and is a 23-0 win for Akron. Now going against a not-so-good Bowling Green squad. Trying to make sure it's not a trap game, though, while we're trying to still make these playoffs. In the MAC, you pretty much need to go perfect if you want to make the playoffs, but that's about what we got here today. And it's going to be for a first down. Now, with the last play of the first quarter, we're going to find our man Fletcher going down the field for the touchdown. He's got to be about on 15 by now on the season. And we are setting up for the 2-point conversion, and we will find it. And I'm not kidding, Bowling Green literally took the next 3 quarters of offense to not even tie the game up. Now moving on to Akron versus Central Michigan. As Akron, we are going to start off with a very big initial play. Now looking for an even bigger one. Seeing him down the field, can he shake the man? No, but we will set up in the red zone now. Knocking on the front door, we find the man, and that is in for a touchdown. 6-0 lead, we get the ball back. Defense has stepped up a lot in this, and he's gone. As a Fletcher touchdown back-to-back. What I was saying is our defense has stepped up a lot within this dynasty so far in this season rebuild. And moving on now, it's Akron, UMass. Steps back, trying to find him. And it's another Fletcher touchdown as he's going to break the defenders. I find it very hard to think that we are not going to be able to get a national championship out of this team, as it's so easy to carve up defenders when you have a guy like Fletcher catching the ball, as that has now made it 14-0. Or I'm sorry, 16-0. We were going for 2-point conversions. I forgot to put them in, as that is a first down right there. Now still in the third quarter, he's going to break separation again and going to find him, and we are in now to the 5-yard line. And it is easy to find Fletcher for the third touchdown against this UMass team. UMass, new to the MAC this year, and they obviously got a pretty good welcome, as Akron will set up the 4th touchdown, and that is probably his best game yet. Fletcher for 4 touchdowns. He breaks the single season record for most yards, and he has a crazy stat line, only being beaten by one Georgia wide receiver right now. We had more touchdowns, but he had a little bit more yards. But he did not have a random Akron quarterback throwing to him. But it's going to look good there, as Fletcher's in for the first touchdown of the game. This is the last regular season matchup, and he's trying to make it a big one with his stats. 8-0 now. We're looking for Fletcher again. He's going to find it again. He keeps burning every single corner, every single safety. It doesn't matter who you have guarding him. He is burning them. 16-0 now. A good stat line. 20 seconds left in the game. And he's gone again for another Akron touchdown, as this one will not be Fletcher, but still shows that even if it isn't Fletcher, this Akron offense can still run. Now setting up for the MAC championship against a Kent State team that we beat 22-0 earlier in the season. But they're going to start out a lot better. And now on 3rd and 13 with all hope kind of lost. We're just going to throw it up. It's going to get stopped. But no, it will not, as he stays on his feet with definitely the best catch of this entire single season rebuild, as an insane touchdown over 95 yards and a 2-point conversion. And now we are looking very good in this championship game now, trying to make the playoffs, and Fletcher breaks free again. I'm kind of surprised Kent State even made this championship game, as we dominated them in the single season and we dominate them in the championship. And now we look for who we will be playing in the playoffs. We do not pick up the Heisman, but we came here for the Natty. And where are we? FIU made it over Akron on a 13-0 championship run. I have no words. Well, we will definitely be running this Akron team back for another rebuild, because that was pathetic that we were not able to make a playoff spot with a perfect record. And that kind of shows how stupid the college football committee is, that Pitbull's 10-2 FIU team is to make it over us. So in the end, I guess a 99 overall cannot save the worst team in college football, but we will sure try again with possibly a different position. But thank you so much for watching the video. It really means a lot, and have a good day.